So the next topic is helpful tools for friends and family. So we're going to kind of just shoot through these. Shannon, you want to start off, and we'll just kind of read a list, and hopefully these will be, give you some pointers on ideas how to help a loved one going through loss.
Yeah, I actually was going to start off with the story because everybody grieves differently, right? We're all different people, so we grieve differently. For me, I went on complete shutdown mode. And one of the nicest things that somebody did for me is they kept trying to call and I wouldn't answer my phone. I didn't want to talk to anybody. And so they came to my house, knocked on my door, and said, "Hey, I'm not here to bug you. I know you don't want to talk. I just needed to know that you're okay. And what do you need from the store? I'm going to Costco. What do you need?" And I was like, bleach, soap, paper towels. Like, I knew what I needed. And so she left and she went and got it for me and she brought it back and then she left. Like, she gave me my space and my time that I needed at that time. Now, the grief journey does change. It does get different throughout the time. So I think later, as you come upon your grieving, you come like to where Catherine was, going back to work, where you need people to acknowledge that he existed, our baby existed, she existed, so be a friend. Parents will need some direction. Be consistent, be present, be sensitive. Keep your faiths, beliefs, and cliches to yourself. Offer help, notify friends, families, coworkers, and groups which parent might belong. Let's see, be the telephone operator. Say a heartfelt, "I'm sorry," right, Catherine? I mean, just a heartfelt, "I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I'm here if you need anything." And really mean it. Just really genuinely mean it. Run errands, make a list of some items that are appropriate to go to the grocery store, pharmacy, cleaners, gas stations, or do laundry. Offer to cancel appointments. Be a good listener. Don't be afraid to say our baby's name. Do not be afraid to say our baby's name. I think this is the one biggest misconception with people, is they are so like held back because they're like, "Ooh, it's going to bring up some emotion." We never forgot. Not one of us has forgotten that our baby existed. So just acknowledging them meant like through my journey has meant so much to me with fellow friends. Provide complete meals in disposable containers, along with paper napkins, disposable utensils, and leave written instructions on how to prepare the food. Offer to help care for surviving children. I have two beautiful girls, and my youngest was 1.5. So I think when the funeral was over and all the friends and family were gone, it just kind of like the help wasn't there anymore. It just got dark. And, my husband had to go back to work, and it would be really helpful, because it's almost like you're on autopilot, like you're just zoning through this, trying to make it in the beginning. Support the family in its own ways, support parents in their decision. Now is not a time to throw in opinions.
And I think that that's where a good saying to people out there that are maybe looking to support friends and families that have gone through loss is just know, chances are, if they're not hurting themselves and they're not hurting somebody else, then chances are they're doing it right. Really, your opinion in the way that they're doing things and how they're grieving, look at it like that. If they're not hurting themselves or hurting somebody else, chances are they're doing it right. Some other things on this list are: do not rush parents in deciding what to do with baby's items or a baby's room. Let them take care of that in their own time. They are the only ones that know what their heart can handle at that moment. Molly, took you 2 years to take down a crib, right?
Yes, and I'm actually sitting right where his crib used to be right now, and I've been doing that for the last 11 weeks while we've been in quarantine. So it's been a very real experience for me in aspects to that. But yes, I have to agree. I encourage people not to suggest or put a timeline on what to do with the things of the child that is no longer with us.
For sure. So this other list says, do not seek out things to say to try to make a family feel better or to expect them to be happy or thankful for what they have. So the bottom line is people are fully aware of their own blessings. People are fully aware of what they can be, what they are thankful for. They don't need help from anybody else reminding them what they have standing in front of them. The bottom line is they're absent one. They're sad. Keep your beliefs to yourself. Bringing up faith, it's good for anybody to have a belief and to rely on it for your own comfort, but don't expect a family to appreciate and find solace in that. Avoid trivial conversations, the weather, work, gossip. It makes it seem like their loss is very secondary to a very trivial topic. Heather, I've heard you talk about that before. That aggravated you when people would bring up a very trivial topic of conversation just to get a word in.
Oh yeah, I was like afraid of people, what they were gonna say. Like, there's no scripture that's gonna band-aid my hurt. Period. Period. There's no pretty word. It ain't gonna happen. Just carry along. Let's just stay silent. Kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Just I would avoid those people because I was afraid of it was leave me more hurtful. You know.
Right. For sure. Offer to accompany them to appointments. Offer to drive. Offer to notify service providers, doctors, dentists, etc. of any type of appointments. Offer to pick up their house. I know that was a big one for me. My mom came and helped clean my house. Offer to mow their lawn. If you have a baby, ask a family if you want the baby present. So if you're going to go visit a bereaved family, take that into consideration. It's not that these beautiful souls do not love babies. I think we all agree we do, but there's a time and a place where it's too fresh, it's too raw, and our heart is too hurt. So be kind and conscientious on whether or not it's appropriate to bring your baby around. Maintain contact with the bereaved family, even if they don't receive phone calls or accept phone calls. Keep calling, leave messages, send text messages. Remember that the pain and the hurt are present for months later. Expect them to have bad days. Try to avoid asking if you're okay. Avoid saying, are you doing better? Because that places an expectation that we should be better. We should be better. And every time we hear, are you doing okay? We question why we're not doing okay. Because obviously you think that I should be, you know. And the first year is hard. Reach out and reach out often. Acknowledge anniversary dates, acknowledge first days. Beware of places where you might see babies when planning outings with a bereaved family. Visit the cemetery, offer to go with them, bring flowers. If you make a mistake, we forgive you. It may hurt in the beginning and we might not say that we forgive you, and probably time down the road we'll admit that we've forgiven you for something that you've probably said just simply because you didn't know. But be okay with saying I'm sorry. Be okay with telling a bereaved person that you're just sorry. And then sometimes the bottom line is silence is best. If you're helping a bereaved family, sometimes just saying, I don't know what to do and I don't know what to say, but I'm going to stand with you in your pain. And if that means I hold you until you tell me to let go, that's what I'm willing to do. So anybody else have anything that they want to piggyback off of that before we go to the next one?
I'm just going to read from your list. Also avoid such statements as, you appear so strong. I don't know how you're doing it. I don't think I could go through that. To a bereaved parent, those statements sound patronizing. No one wants to be that strong, and you don't know how strong you are until you're forced to be. Sometimes silence is best. Just being a shoulder for them to cry on is exactly what they need. When you don't know what to say, be honest and say, I don't know what to say, but always remain present Silence in the center of pain will say what your words can't seem to articulate.
Oh yeah, I like that one. Thank you. Yeah.